This is Jonathan Aceves at Meybohm Commercial, where we advise business leaders to make wise real estate decisions. And today we're going to be talking about multifamily rent curves. Today we're going to be talking about multifamily rent curves. The question is, how do you study multifamily rental rates? And we do this by building a rent curve. And so what we do is basically plot out rent rates by class on a graph like this. And so let's say that we were going to study an apartment complex in Columbia County, let's say Blue Ridge Commons, 54 units on Blue Ridge Road. And we wanted to understand what the rental market looks like. So what we would do is we would survey apartment complexes across the, in the surrounding area. And what we would do is find and what we're going to do is we're going to take rent per foot. This is dollars, and this is square footage. And so you've got apartments, and so let's say this is a 750 square feet. This is 1,000. This is 1,250. And then these are the rental rates. And so let's say this is $1 a foot. This is 75 cents a foot. Let's just say 80 cents, 90 cents. Down to 70 cents. And so what we will find is as we plot out these rental rates, we're going to find that they kind of follow kind of a distribution like this. And so and you'll have some outliers like that. And so what we're going to find is that the bigger the apartment unit, the lower the rental rate per square foot. Now, what's interesting is that if we divide these apartment complexes into classes by amenities and by condition and location, we're going to find that they kind of clump together. So let's just say we're going to separate, and I'm not going to use colors here, but let's just say we're going to say A, B, and C apartment complexes. So you got the A's are usually brand new complexes. Think of Crane Creek. Think of the new apartments at Village at Riverwatch. Brand new or relatively new, amenitized, they're really nice. So usually they're going to have the top line like this. And let's say you take your next class of apartment complexes, and we're going to call those B's. And usually those are 10 years old or a little bit older. They're not amenitized or not quite as nice as the A's. And they're going to have a curve like this. And then if you take your C's, they're going to do this. So this is super helpful now because what we can do is we can kind of visualize, okay, where does a complex fall against its competition? And so let's just say the complex that we're studying is here, right there. And let's say it's supposed to be a B-class complex. And so the rents, we can kind of measure where the rents ought to be for a 774 square foot unit. And if the actual rents are sitting here at 78 cents a foot, but the curve says, well, the competition says, the other B-class complexes are charging, are on this curve. We should be getting 90 cents a foot. That gives you a huge amount of information about what the competition looks like. It gives you, insight into a repositioning opportunity. It also helps you identify management problems. If this complex, this complex ought to be here. And I'm just totally making up an example, but that would give you an insight that says, hey, we're 12 cents a foot below what it looks like we ought to be. So you see like a problem here that an investor could theoretically fix. Also, it's of interest to look at the way that these curves, how steep they are, how flat they are. It gives you a lot of insight about the market. Also, most other commercial real estate classes kind of fall into the same thing. So if you were studying flex space, you'd probably have very similar, you'd find similar rent rates. You see this in the residential rental market as well. So we'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading. We'd love to hear your feedback on the rental market. Please like and share. And thanks for watching.